Hi everyone and welcome to a new Meals with Martyn. So this is a slightly different Meals with Martyn because I'm not doing a vlog style Meals with Martyn. I'm not going along with myself cooking the food. Instead, I've already done the food and I'm going to talk over what I did, the ingredients you're going to need, and while I'm talking, you'll see some footage of when I actually cooked the meal. The reason I didn't do it vlog style is just because there were other people in the kitchen and I didn't want to intrude upon what they were doing. So the meal that I chose, we've gone back to a Slimming World recipe, and the reason that I do Slimming World recipes is because a member of the household does Slimming World, and so it's nice to encourage and help that person by making some Slimming World meals. And actually we've found that some of these Slimming World meals are very, very good indeed and nice and delicious, even though they've got a lot of healthy ingredients in them. And that might sound silly, but what is the phrase? Why is it that all things that are bad for you taste the nicest? Well, with the Slimming World recipes, the healthy ingredients taste just as nice. I don't know if I got my point across there, but we'll go with it. I was asked on social media if I could make something that was a bit of a hearty meal, and a traditional meal. So I have chosen the Slimming World Cottage Pie. So let's first talk through the ingredients you're going to need. You'll need 1 kilogram of potatoes, 200 grams fat-free natural yogurt, some low-calorie cooking spray, 1 large onion, 2 garlic cloves, although I tend to put in about 4 or 5. I like my garlic. 500 grams of lean mince, ideally 5% or less, but if you do get mince that is more, then I suggest just cooking it off and then draining the fat from it. You can also use corn mince. 300 grams of chopped kale. Say chopped, but I tend to just rip it into bits using my hands. 200 grams of passata. 6 tablespoons of tomato puree. It's that thing that I can never say, Worcestershire sauce. You get the idea. It says 1 teaspoon of mixed herbs, but what I tend to do is I tend to get what is normally included in a batch of mixed herbs and then just sprinkle each into the dish. So I don't really measure it out too much, I just tend to sprinkle and hope. And when it comes to the mixed herbs, I tend to use basil, marjoram, oregano, rosemary, sage and thyme. And then the final ingredient, 160 grams of reduced fat cheese. So let's talk about how I made the dish. First thing we do is preheat the oven. So that's 200 degrees for a fan and 180 for gas, which would be gas mark 6. And then while the oven is preheating, what we need to do, we need to get that layer for the top of the cottage pie. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to boil the potatoes. So we've peeled the potatoes. I tend to cut them down to a size, they're a bit smaller so that they'll boil quicker. And we do that for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then after the 15-20 minutes, we take that out, we start mashing, we then add in the natural yogurt. We then start mashing as we've put in the natural yogurt, and we just keep mashing until smooth. So we then want to move over to the mince, so we get our low-calorie cooking spray, we spray that onto the pan, we add the onion, we add the garlic, and we fry that for 5 minutes. Then we add in the beef, the mince, and we just cook that until it is brown. Then we're just going to get all of the ingredients now. We're going to get the kale, the tomatoes, the passata, tomato puree, the Worcestershire sauce, and the mixed herbs. So we're going to throw all those ingredients in, we're going to bring that up to the boil, then we're going to cover that and we're going to simmer it for 5 to 10 minutes. Now now comes the fun bit. We take everything that we've had in that pan, we then pour that into the oven-proof dish. We flatten that out so it covers up all of the oven-proof dish. So then we get the mash with the yogurt and we cover that over the top of the ingredients that we've had in the pan that are now in the dish. So that's a lovely layer. And then we get the cheese and we grate that over the top. Cook that in the oven for 30 minutes or until it's golden brown. And then we serve it. So there we are, that's another Meals with Martyn, the Slimming World Cottage Pie. I'll put the ingredients and the recipe in the description below. Let me know how you get on and I'll see you in another video. Bye!